Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to 40k 8th edition and welcome back to the war-torn Acheron sector, where the Orcs are taking on the Imperium, as they do throughout the galaxy, once again. And today, the Cadians are back on the channel, having finally recovered from their ordeal at Morgan's Reach. The 404th and their tank regiment allies are going to be deployed today, battling the Greenskin Menace here on this trench network we can see today. That I like to think we've got a layered in-depth defense, and right now basically the Cadians have fallen back and now we're counter-attacking back into what is effectively no man's land at this point, because we've got a line of bunkers and trenches here, and if you imagine over in that direction we've got more bunkers and trenches, and back behind us we've got more bunkers and trenches, and we're sort of advancing through the middle here, and the Orcs are rushing forward to meet us, and so we're going to battle over this defensive line here in the middle today, and that's what's going to happen. Hordes of Guardsmen meeting hordes of Greenskins. It doesn't really require an awful lot of extra explanation, really. The Orcs are here because the Orcs want to fight, and the Guard are here because the Guard basically end up everywhere the Orcs want to fight. So there you go, folks. So let's go take a look at the armies for today. But before we do that, I always forget to do this for some reason. But welcome back to the channel, Big Mac Bob.
Hi, Bob.
And yeah, you may remember Bob from the first battle report I ever did, which was Orcs versus my Space Marines. You gave my Space Marines a bit of a kicking because it was the sabotage mission, wasn't it? I think. Yeah,
Gretchen for the win.
The Gretchen managed to blow up the explosives and embarrass the Space Marines quite badly. So not bringing the Space Marines today, bringing the Imperial Guard. Because I do get a lot of comments from people saying, when are you going to do the Cadians again? I really like the Cadians. When are you going to do another battle report with them? So here they are today. There you go. So, folks, the mission is going to be another old school cleanse and capture, because I really enjoyed the last one. Fancy I'll do it again, and I didn't have the time or the energy to come up with some sort of fancy narrative scenario for you today, I'm afraid. A fancy narrative scenario that would also be balanced, I think, is the key thing, really. So we're just going to do old school, basic rulebook, cleanse and capture, good stuff. And we're going to have a punch-up with the Orcs, which the Orcs will probably enjoy. My Guardsmen might enjoy slightly less. So let's go take a look at the armies. Okay, here we are, folks. The Cadian 404th and the 407th Tank Regiment as well. We're back on the table again. It's been a little while since I used these guys. I get a lot of requests for them, so here they are in all their glory. Today we have 2 battalion detachments and a spearhead, and that basically works out in old money to 2 platoons and a command squad, like HQ command squad. So I'm going old school with the sort of like organisation of everything. So essentially, well, if we start off, we've got 3 command squads for 3 company commanders, plus a commissar. And because I've gotten to the point where I now where I don't want to run company commanders without having a command squad, because they should have command squads. It's a narrative thing. But in the middle here, we've got the actual sort of regimental command squad with the banner, with a medic, Voxcaster, and our hero Plasma guy from previous battles, as well as Colonel Van Graff. He's the warlord today. He's got the Master of Command warlord trait, so he gets an extra order, so he can chuck out 3 orders a turn, which is nice. Freshly upgraded, as you can see. He's got a flashy new bolt pistol. He's got a power fist finally, a few extra medals, a nice cloak, and a bird. He's got a pet bird now, because I found a pet bird in my bits box and was like, you know what, I'll give him a pet bird. So there you go. I kept saying I was going to give him that power fist all this time, and now I finally have. And we've got Commissar Cromwell with him as well, Lord Commissar Cromwell nowadays as well, so he's an HQ choice. And yeah, the command squad's got the banner, which gives +1 leadership to all the models within 12, well, all the friendly infantry units, I think, within 12 inches. And the medic, which I always forget to use, but he's there because he looks cool. Our second commander of the day is Captain Altair, who doesn't come out very often, but since the Major is gone now, the B team of characters are coming out of the woodwork, and Altair is one of them. So he's got a command squad with him, which is just 3 veterans with las guns and a veteran with a melter gun. And he himself is armed with a power sword and a plasma pistol. So some of you will recognise him as the old Captain or is it Colonel? Yeah, Colonel Al Rahim model from the Talon range that doesn't exist anymore. Well, GW doesn't sell anymore. And over here we've got Perkins, Captain Perkins with a shotgun. He does technically have a chainsword as well, but it's not modelled on there because it's an ancient model. But he does technically have a chainsword because them's the rules. But yeah, main thing is he's got his cool shotgun. And his command squad consists of one veteran with a las gun, one veteran with a melter gun, and a veteran weapons team with a las cannon. Just because I had some spare points left over. So I've never run a command squad with a weapons team in it before. It looks a little bit weird to me on the table, but you can do it, so let's give it a try. Aside from that, we got 6 infantry squads, 3 for each platoon, basically. This one's got a heavy weapons team with a heavy bolter in it. The rest have flamers as the special weapon choice. And over here we've got Bert, of course, the Ogryn bodyguard, with 4 Bulgrins as well that he's going to be leading into battle. It's the sort of counterpunch melee unit in my army. More guardsmen. A mortar team at the back here, because they're quite cheap. I was able to fit them into the list towards the end after I removed one of these guys. A Hellhound as well, because they're probably good against orcs. I think that's the idea anyway, although I just need to sort of keep a safe distance from it, because the Hellhounds explode on a 4+ when they die, because they're just rolling Prometheum tanks on caterpillar tracks, basically. And then we've got the Spearhead Detachment, which is Hannibal, the tank commander. Just an ordinary tank commander. He's not counts as PASC or anything crazy like that today. He is WYSIWYG, 2 heavy bolt sponsons, las cannon, battle cannon, and hunter killer missile on the top there. And we've got some tanks as well. We've got a Basilisk, which does have a heavy flamer, because that's all the box comes with, even though heavy bolt is better. It's not on the box, so it's got a heavy flamer. I know it's daft, but there it is. A Leman Russ with no sponsons and a heavy bolter and a battle cannon. And the Exterminator with the twin auto cannons and a heavy bolter. And another regular battle tank with a heavy flamer in the hull and sponson heavy bolters and the battle cannon. So very straightforward. It's worth noting as well, because the tanks are in a Spearhead Detachment, they do have objectives secured. You probably won't come up on account of the nature of the army we're fighting today, but technically these Leman Russ tanks, not the Basilisk, but these Leman Russ tanks do have objectives secured because they're all in a Spearhead Detachment, so there you go. And that's pretty much it. Relic is Death Mask of Alanius for Bert, as always, gives him a 4+ invuln, and once per battle he can regain D3 mortal wounds at the start of the turn, I think it is. Yeah, so there you go. It is something like 14 command points in total, I believe. And I will probably forget to use them on stratagems because I've not played the Cadians in a while and I've forgotten what a lot of their stratagems are. I've memorised practically everything else about this army, but the stratagems I always seem to forget for some reason. But we'll see what we can do. I think I already mentioned that the warlord trait for Van Graff is Master of Command. Yes, I did. Alright, so there you go. That's the 404th today. I'm a bit light on infantry. I'm a little bit light on infantry squads. I feel like I probably should have brought more. But we'll see how we get on. But for now, let's go take a look at the Orcs. Alright folks, here they are. The Orcs are back. And you've got even more command points than me, haven't you?
Yeah, running 15 command points from a brigade. Low model count today. We tried really, really hard to make it low model count. And it's about 150 models.
that is low model count for Orcs, so there you go. So, right, do you want to talk us through?
Right, leading the charge, as always, we have Big Mech Da Brains on his war bike. And he's rocking with his big chopper today and his crew of Gretchen helpers.
Excellent.
Also in HQ we have a weird boy who's been upgraded to a warp head. He's riding his squig.
Excellent.
And we have George the squig, who's acquired himself a new war boss.
A new minion. I love this guy.
He'll be issuing orders and charging up forwards, I have no doubt. In Elite we've got his squad of knobs bringing their big choppers again.
Excellent.
Trying to find a new target to chop through. We also have a unit of tank busters at the back, 10 of them with 4 new bomb squigs. We tend to go through bomb squigs a little too quickly. Yes. They get their job done. We have Sarge again, back with his banner.
Hey, there we go, I remember you.
Because we're running freebooters today, that is going to be the Bad Skull banner.
Oh, freebooters.
So,
Ooh,
yeah,
fun.
so that is going to be his relic.
I like freebooters.
Oh, George has also got a relic on the war boss for that killer claw.
Excellent. So this big dreadnought claw thing here is is in fact a relic, right?
Yeah. We also have elites from 2 commandos squads. Lucky 13th over here. They're not sure what 13 stands for. They've got no idea that it's a number, but they're the Lucky 13th.
Love it.
And we also have another squad of 10 commandos.
That's an awfully familiar paint scheme.
Nicely kitted out there.
Can't quite put my finger on it where I've seen that before, but yeah.
They looted a battleground they came across at one point and they decided, let's make a squad. So moving on into troops, we have 4 squads of 10 Gretchen.
Hey.
And 2 squads of 10 shooter boys. And the knobs and the shooter boys have 2 choppers apiece because they like chopping things up a lot and don't honestly know what to do with a shooter.
Yeah.
Moving into fast attack, we have a squad of 28 storm boys and a knob.
Yes, the old school Storm Boys. I love these ones.
Yeah. And a knob has a power chopper, so he can chop things up a little bit quicker.
Yeah, there it is.
And we have 2 Death Copters.
Death Copters, eh?
Everything's deaf. They both have custom mega blasters and big bombs.
Awesome.
And moving into heavy support, we have the battle wagon is back.
Hey.
No guns on that, it's just a massive big battering ram with a death roller.
Yes.
We have a squad of freebooters, 6 of them, including one of the really old school metal freebooters, and they brought a Gretchen along to give them some more ammunition. And then finally we have a killer can with a custom mega blaster at the back.
Again, can't quite put my finger on why it looks so familiar, this killer can, but it does for some reason.
Again, they found some scrap on a battlefield somewhere, and the mech thought the Gretchen had done so well, he gave it to him.
I love it. So, there we go. They look beautiful, as before. I've said, these guys have been on the channel before. If you haven't seen it already, the first battle report I ever did was with Bob, with these orcs, and they were awesome then, and they're even more awesome now. And yeah, I love it. This air quotes low model count army. It's going to be very interesting. So yeah, let's crack on. Let's go over to deployment and stuff. All right, folks, here we are. We're deployed. We got hammer and anvil deployment when we rolled up for it, and so this is what things looked like. Most of the objectives have, by mostly random chance, and that's just picking stuff that looked objective-ish, have ended up on this end of the table. And Bob won the roll-off to choose which deployment zone, and he picked this one. So all I've got in my deployment zone is Objective 2, which is up there by that statue, which is a bit awkward, because it means we're going to have to actually push forward and take out the orcs. So it seems like there's been, along this defensive line here, there's been kind of a breakthrough along to the west here, and the orcs are moving this way along the line, rolling up the flanks, and the 404th are trying to hold the flanks right now, and that's where we meet lengthways along the battle line here. So that's what the deployment looks like. Objectives, as I said, we got Objective 2 up there, 3, 1, 6, and the Gretchen are holding what I believe is 5 there in that building. So it's gonna be a tricky one. It's gonna be a tricky one, this. So as I said, it's a Maelstrom game. We're doing cleanse and capture, so 3 cards a turn every turn for the tactical objectives, and we're using the 2017 chapter approved roll off because it's more fun than just someone automatically going first. So Bob got his guys down first, mostly thanks to that amazing transport capacity and a lot of deep striking units. So he's got the +1 to the roll. So let's do this. Let's do this. Got a 5. No, you're going first unless I can seize the initiative. No. Alright. Orcs, turn 1. Coming up next. Alright, the Orc objectives for turn 1. Secure Objective 3, Defend Objective 3, and Secure Objective 2. Interesting. Objective 3 they can definitely grab. Objective 2 is the one that my guardsman is currently stood on top of next to the statue. Alright folks, Orcs turn 1 movement phase is concluded. I think the general thing we can sum it up with is everything's just basically moved forward, right? Big Mech, the Brains, and the Battle Wagon are charging straight up the gut in the middle here. And we've got the Flash Kits and Grots over there on that hill, mostly just staying put. Flash Kits get a 3 up cover save, don't they? Yeah, that's pretty good. Meanwhile, we've got these boys here who might be thick, but they're not stupid, so they're taking cover behind these crates out of sight. Gretchen holding objectives here, there, and everywhere. Oh yeah, and the Death Copters are coming up the middle as well, and the Killer Cam. So, yeah, not giving me an awful lot to shoot in my upcoming turn, actually. But also some potential charges, right? I saw you eyeing up the Hellhound. So making that explode in my lines would be catastrophic, shall we say? I have a character stood next to it. I don't want it to explode. So there we go. There's the movement done. Shooting phase coming up next, I think. Okay, so we're starting with what's it called?
Deathcopter.
Right.
With his
Deathcopter.
custom Mega Blaster and shooting
And my Hellhound.
the Hellhound.
Oh. Alright then. So.
Because he advances, he's only going to hit on a 6, but a 1 will do a mortal wound to myself. Misses.
No.
So mix.
No damage done to either side then, at least. Have we got another Deathcopter?
Yep.
Measure that out.
Yeah, he's within range.
Right, so him as well.
No, that's a mortal wound to myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to need some more dice for the next one.
Okay, so now Big Mech the Brains is shooting with his DAC guns at this infantry squad here. And what's his ballistic skill?
Normally 5+, but he advanced, so...
Ah, right, so no hits at all.
Yeah.
Not very
And
good.
having checked, the Killer Can is going to shoot up that squad with his custom Mega Blaster and hits and gets an extra shot because they're Daka. And that's a hit as well, despite advancing.
Okie dokie. So toughness 3 versus whatever it is.
Strength 8.
Alright, well, yeah. 2 wounds.
AP -3, but you're in cover.
Alright, yeah, so it will get, I think, 6 ups. So
No.
5+ saves. So -2 would be snap. Yeah. Maths. Numbers. What do they mean? No, I don't think I get saves, do I?
D6 apiece.
Well,
Yeah.
two.
For completeness.
To get dead guards, I'll remove these awkward ones that were falling over constantly. There we go. Alright. That's the end of the shooting phase, and happens to be, well, charge phase, morale phase, everything done. These guardsmen would take a morale test, but they're fine because the commissar and the banner are stood next to them. So right now I think they're leadership 10, which is kind of crazy, but hey. So yeah. No big death, kill, stompy, blood spilt really this turn so far. Just a couple of guardsmen. So, but I'm sure in turn 2 the orcs will be finally getting into gear, big time. So now we're going to go over to Imperial Guard turn 1, where I need to desperately start killing things, and it's going to be tricky because my lines of fire are not the best right now, actually. So, let's see what we can do. Oh, and before I forget, the orcs have secured objective 3 at the end of that turn, so they're on 1 point to the Imperial Guards, nothing. Alright, here are the Guards' objectives. We've got Scour the Skies, secure objective 6, and this is not secure objective 5. I've lost my Guard tactical objective cards, so I'm using the ordinary bog basic ones. And that's number 15, which is replaced in the Codex by Hammer of the Emperor, which means that I have to kill an enemy unit that was controlling an objective this turn. So, and I reckon I can do that. So, Hammer of the Emperor, secure objective 6, definitely not getting that. And Scour the Skies, definitely can get that. Alright folks, it's Guard, turn 1 movement phase, done and dusted. And essentially, the front line's kind of pivoted, like that. These squads are moved up here to get better line of sight and actually sort of make some progress towards a lot of the objectives over here, like 5 and 1 and these things here. I had my extra reserve squad of infantry over on this side as well, so I got a bit more room to spread out. Meanwhile, on the other end of the battlefield, the other flank, everyone's taken a step back, essentially, to make any orcs charging out of this battle wagon, well, make life a bit more difficult for them. Slightly more difficult. It may not matter in the end, but every little helps potentially. As for the tanks, all of them have stayed still except for these two. They've moved just under half their movement distance, so they can still fire their turret guns twice. But the tank commander and this Leman Russ here have moved up a little bit to get better line of sight at some of the juicy targets over in this direction. So, but they will He'll have a -1 on both of his sponsons, and same goes for the commander. But the turret guns, luckily, they'll still fire on full ballistic skill because of grinding advance. So, good stuff. That's sort of my general plan. As far as the shooting phase and everything else is concerned, essentially my plan is basically kill that Death Copter, get Scout the Skies and Hammer of the Emperor in one fell swoop, and then secure Objective 6 we're not going to worry about. So aside from killing that Death Copter, it's really just a case of shoot stuff that I can shoot and hopefully do some damage. Oh, and the obvious thing, so obvious in fact that I almost missed it, is the Hellhound has shot right up the field, because I don't want it exploding anywhere near my stuff. So it's gone straight up here, and I'm probably going to try and flame Big Meg the brains in the face with the flame cannon and the heavy flamer on the bottom there. So, and if it dies, well, hopefully it'll explode into Orcs' faces. That's the idea anyway. So, yeah, that's the plan. No psychic phase for me. I didn't bring any psychers today, so straight into the shooting phase. Okay, so in the opening moves of the shooting phase, this squad, and this squad, with aid from their commanders, used first rank fire, second rank fire, to open fire, and between all three squads they managed to kill that one Death Copter up there, just about. So, that gets me Scour the Skies and Hammer of the Emperor, and First Blood. So, 3 points in the bag, that's not bad. So now, let's go to the Hellhound. Alright, Hellhound, firing first with the heavy flamer. Well, everything's going at Big Meg the brains here. But I'm going to start with the heavy flamer. So d6 auto hits from that. 4. Wounding on 4s. We got 2 wounds, AP -1.
5+ info.
Alright, so 1 wound down on Big Meg the brains. And then for the big flame cannons, 2d6 hits. 4, 5, 6, 7. Bang on the average. This big cannon strength 6, so it's wounded on 3s. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at -1.
5s.
So 3 wounds go through. Still not dead yet, though. Next up, these mortars. This mortar team fired all the way over here at these tank busters, and we killed 6, 4 of which were the bomb squigs. I guess the shell landed right in the front of the squad and just splattered all the squigs everywhere. So squig jam all over the place now. Good stuff there. I used Take Aim from Van Graff up there on them as well, so I got to re-roll all my hits. I didn't film it because I'm trying to cut down on the video length here, which I'm only bloating by talking about it right now, so I should probably shut up and get on with the next one. So now these 2 squads here and this veteran squad, we've been firing at the battle wagon, again off screen because lots of dice, and we took 2 wins off it. The 2 infantry squads together took 1 wound off the battle wagon with the lasguns, and the veteran squad, that 1 veteran with a lasgun there, he managed to take a wound off it as well. So obviously he's much better marksman than the rest of his comrades over there. Now all that's left is the las cannon in that squad, and Perkins is ordering his command squad to take aim. So this las cannon is going to be firing, hitting on a 3+ because they didn't move, and re-rolling any failed hits. So okay, it hits. Strength 9, so wound you on a 3. It doesn't wound though. Oh no. Should I command point that? Possibly? Yeah, go on then. It's not like I don't have plenty to spare. There we go. It does wound. AP -3.
5+ info for the Big Mac.
Very good. Ah, there you go. Okay, next up, this Basilisk is going to be firing its Earthshaker cannon at the battle wagon. I'm burning lots of command points in this turn because I'm using overlapping fields of fire now that I've wounded the thing, so everything in my army now gets +1 to hit against the battle wagon. And, in addition to that, I'm using Aerial Spotter on the Basilisk so it can re-roll its failed hit rolls. So I've just spent 4 command points, I'm now down to 9. But basically it means that this Basilisk will be hitting on 3s re-rolling, which is not bad. So now we roll from the number of shots. I mean, it's 2d6, pick the highest with an Earthshaker. So 5, hitting on 3s re-rolling. Roll that one. No, okay. So, 4 hits, strength 9, so winning on 3s. For 2 wounds, -3.
5+ info.
And no, so that's 2d3 damage. For 4 damage. Alright, next up, it is Hannibal here, tank commander, firing everything he's got at the battle wagon. And now it's time, folks, for that awesome segment of the battle report where I point out one of my tactical fumbles. Because what I should have done is I should have fired my tanks and stuff at the battle wagon to start with, destroyed it, had all the orcs inside pile out, and then shoot the orcs inside with all of my las guns instead of firing all my las guns at the battle wagon. Yeah, that's pretty dumb in retrospect, but never mind. I try not to overthink things too much when I play these games, and sometimes it bites me in the arse, but hey. So anyway, he's firing everything, including his heavy bolters and his hunter killer missile and everything at the battle wagon. So we'll start with the heavy bolters. These will now hit on 2s thanks to overlapping fields of fire. And he didn't stay still, so we're not re-rolling that one. As for his tank order, he will order himself to pound them to dust, so re-roll the shot dice for the battle cannon, basically. He's actually, no, these will hit on 4s now that I think about it, because he moved. So, -1 for moving, +1. No, they'll hit on 3s. They'll hit on 3s. Okay, right. Let me just check if I roll any 2s there. Yep, rolled a couple of 2s there. Glad I went to check. So these will now wound on 5s. So we get 1 wound, -1.
5s.
Okay, so another wound off. Heavy bolters. Las cannon. Again, this will hit on a 3. Nope. And the hunter killer missile. Hitting on a 3. That does hit. Strength 8, so wounding on 4s. Yep, does wound. -2, I think. No. D6. So 5. That's a lot of wounds off. And then, finally, the battle cannon. And this is firing twice because grinding advance, so reroll that 2 with pound them to dust. Alright, so 4, 5, 6, 7, perfectly statistically average. Alright, this will hit on 2s. Okie dokie. And it will wound on 4s. Alright, 2 wounds. -2. Alright. 2d3 for 4. So that is the rest of it. Does it explode? Negative. Okay, so that's what the aftermath looks like. Now everyone's crawled out of the wreckage. Just one orc boy died in the wreckage there, so not bad. And the knobs here have used the loot it stratagem. So they've looted the wreckage of the battle wagon and they've got improvised armor now, which means they are up to a 3+ armor save, which is pretty good. There's 3+ armor save, 2 wounds. As you pointed out, Bob, off camera, they're Primaris knobs, so they're that's pretty good, you know. 3+ save on those guys. It's a little bit scary, actually. So that just leaves me with another 3 more tanks to fire, and then that's the end of my shooting phase finally. So let's start with this tonk down here. Okay, this tank's line of fire was a little bit obscured, mostly by my own Hellhound, but it opened fire with everything it had at the shooter boys and killed a bunch of them. I think is there 3 left now?
4 and a knob.
4 and a knob, okay. 4 and a knob left behind. So, good results there. Let's move over to tank number 2, which is this one. Okay, this Leman Russ has killed 3 knobs between his battle cannon and his heavy bolter. A little bit more than I was expecting, actually, to be honest. And now move on to the final tank, which is the Leman Russ Exterminator up on the hill there, firing his twin autocannons and his heavy bolter into the knobs as well. And the Exterminator did what it says on the tin. It exterminated those knobs. I didn't even get around to firing the heavy bolter because the twin autocannons finished them off. And that concludes my shooting phase. Lots of summing up rather than showing the dice rolling for that one, folks, mostly because I suspect this might be a long game, so I'm going to speed up the process here a little bit. But anyway, that brings me to pretty much the end of my turn, because... Oh, wait, no. I was going to charge, wasn't I? Yeah, I'm going to charge my Hellhound at those shooter boys, because might as well stop them from shooting next turn. Because I don't think the Hellhound will survive the ensuing Orc turn anyway, so... Suicide Hellhound, crewed by, I think maybe like penal battalion guys or something like that, so we don't mind them going to their deaths. We've sort of ordered them at gunpoint. So yeah, he's going to charge the shooter boys and like that. Even with a 3, he's in. Marvellous. So let's do the Overwatch. Alright, we're in. No wounds suffered on Overwatch. There was a very scary tank buster bomb that was thrown our way, but it bounced off, I guess, and it didn't hit. So now we're in combat. 3 attacks, hitting on 6s. Hey, we got a hit. And we're going to win too with the 3. So 1 save. Nope. Successfully run over an orc boy. Now you may counter-attack, sir. And the boys and the boss knob fought back and chipped a couple of wounds off the Hellhound. It's on 9 wounds remaining. And that, my friends, is the end of my turn. As far as objectives are concerned, we've got Hammer of the Emperor, which is what this is standing for right now. So that's 1 point. We've got Scour of the Skies for another point. And I got First Blood as well. So 3 points in the bag for the Cadians, 1 point for the Orcs. And now it's time to jump over to Orcs turn 2. Here, Sarge, look! Reinforcements, it's the Space Marines! Hey, wait a minute. It's the end of Orcs. Turn 1, movement, and there's suddenly a lot more Orcs on the table. These commandos over here have appeared out of hiding, out of their sneaky, Mork-like lurking, wherever they've been. They've now arrived. These Storm Boys have dropped down in a much less subtle fashion. We're going to charge straight into these guardsmen and start chopping them up. 9-inch charge for either of them because they're arriving from Deep Strike, but you know, Orcs have here we go, plus other various stratagems and things I'm sure that might help with this. So, things are about to look a bit panicky for these guardsmen, shall we say. In other news, Big Mech the Brains is charging up the middle as well. Deathcopter's following him. Basically everyone who was around here engaged with this Hellhound is coming this way. The boys who are actually engaged with the Hellhound, with a capital E, they're still fighting it, because they don't want to back down, right? Here are their objectives. Here we go, wah! Score 1 victory point if 3 or more Orc units from your army made a charge move this turn. Score D3 if instead of 5 or more Orc units charged. Easy money. Secure objective 2, that's the one guarded by my guys up by the statue. So trickier to get. And defend objective 3, very easy to start doing with the Gretchen, who are right now stood next to objective 3. Okay, so now the weird boy's out of the battle wagon, there is a psychic phase basically. So we're starting with the jump, was it?
Da jump.
The jump! Don't know if that goes off on a 5, does it?
No, it needs a 7.
Needs a 7, okay. However...
I'm going to command point that.
Okay.
There's a 7.
There you go. There weren't quite enough Orcs nearby to power him up, essentially. Was the problem there. Because weird boys, they get a plus to their psychic rolls, depending on how many... Is it models or units that are nearby? It's models, isn't it?
Orc models within 10 inches.
Brilliant. So, they're jumping over there, those tank busters. Important, because it means they can actually shoot some tanks now. Okay, slight adjustment there, due to the Hellhound being in the middle of the table and being extremely annoying. Apparently, so I didn't necessarily plan on it being able to go up the middle there and cause Deep Strike denial, but it has, nevertheless. So, the tank busters are over here though, and because their rocket launches are 24 inches range, they're well in range of the tank to be able to shoot it. So, what's your next psychic power?
Smite.
Smite, okay. Smite in the Hellhound then, I assume.
10.
Brilliant. D3 mortal wounds.
Yeah, it's D3. Counting Orcs again, thinking
right.
D6.
I see.
I'll take that for 3 mortal wounds there.
Very nice. Beginning the shooting phase now with these tank busters, shooting at Thessalim and Russ up on the hill here. So, go for it.
I've had more DACA applied to them. So they're re-rolling everything there. That's embarrassing.
Rerolling because you're fighting a vehicle, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And 5s and 6s cause extra shots.
Excellent. So lots of DACAs there.
Not enough. And re-rolling those because they're fighting a vehicle. So that's only 5 hits. Which is embarrassing. But
still rocket launchers.
Strength 8, so wounding on 4s.
Yep. Oh dear.
I remember they failed massively last time they visited you.
Yeah. That was back when DACA was a stratagem as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, tank busters can be like that. I sympathise, I have my own, so... Alright then, on to the next unit.
Do you want to run an armour save?
Oh, sorry, did you actually... Oh,
yeah.
I do apologise.
AP -2.
AP minus 2, so 5 up. Nope.
It's a flat 3.
Alright, so 9 wounds remaining. Alright, so basically just summing up the rest of the shooting phase now, because it's been a bit of a disappointing one for the Orcs. These commandos killed just under half of this infantry squad over here. All the various characters and people that could shoot over here opened fire at these guardsmen here and just whiffed pretty much, except for a few of them did shoot the command squad here, killing 1 veteran and taking the heavy weapons team down to a single wound. And that should be 9. Whoops. And then meanwhile over on this side, the Storm Boys opened fire with their sluggers and killed about half of this infantry squad over here. So they haven't managed to wipe them out at all completely. And obviously freebooters, they want to do that because freebooters, when they kill an enemy unit, they confer a +1 to hit buff on everybody within 24 inches of them. So, but that has not happened. So now going into the all-important charge phase. Okay, beginning the charge phase with these Storm Boys charging every squad here, all of them. So lots of Overwatch coming up. Okay, 4 Storm Boys killed on Overwatch there, and unfortunately, even with Here We Go, they didn't make their charge. Rerolled the dice, and yeah, nothing. I sympathise. That kind of sucks. So, moving over to this side now. What's charging first over here?
Lucky 13th going into that squad first.
Right.
And then the other Space Marines will pile in afterwards.
Alright, so you want to roll the charge for the
13th.
13th.
And we'll re-roll that with the Here We Go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, definitely in.
And the other squad. No.
They're not in, but the lucky 13th are. Okay, I'll do the Overwatch. And they made it in there, no casualties to Overwatch. And now the Deathcopter, with the power of fly, is going to go over here and into these guys. And because GW fixed the fly rule again. So, hooray. Yeah, you're definitely in there. Alright, roll up my Overwatch again. And the Deathcopter suffered no wins on Overwatch there. Now moving over here to, is it the Killer Can going next?
Killer Can charging next.
Into the Hellhound. Does that quite handily. Alright, DeBrains, now he's charging this squad and Perkins and what's left of his command squad as well. And as Bob's just pointed out, this is potentially Slay the Warlord coming my way if I get exceptionally lucky on my Overwatch here. So, could you pass me a dice, sir? There you go. So, first up, there's Meltagun. It hits. Once killed a Broodlord, that guy, in Overwatch. Yeah, so it's a strength 8, so a wound on a 3. Does wound.
5 pluses.
Oh, that's Warlord. I'm so sorry, dude.
Got greedy.
Okay.
He died like an orc.
I was going to say I need a replacement for Major Lasky. This guy might be climbing up the chain of command here very quickly the way he's going. I think he was previously this guy has killed a Broodlord in Overwatch. He killed a Rhino by himself to take an objective in one game against the Black Legion, and now he's killed a big mech on a bike in Overwatch. Like, we're running out of medals to give him, basically, is what I'm saying.
Having seen that, Sarge is going to charge the exact same bunch of people.
Okie doke. Alright, Metal Gun again. I told you, man! He's a hero of the Imperium! Freaking Jurgen here. Okay. It doesn't wound though, luckily, this time.
Go on, Sarge. Do it for brains.
Okay, he's well in there.
It's Perkins want to shoot me and the other guys.
Oh yeah, right, we got the other guys too. Right, Las Cannon. Oh, fuck. This dice isn't loaded, I swear to God. Look, I'll go get another one. You give me another one.
I've just rolled up a 6 with it.
Right, so wounds on a 2. Yep, it wounds.
Which
And
gun was that?
that was the last cannon.
Oh, no armor there.
D6 damage, 1. I think you got very lucky there. And then
unlucky.
Perkins with a shotgun. Does it fire twice? I think so. It doesn't hit either way, so it's fine. I keep getting Astartes shotguns and guard shotguns mixed up, and I can never remember the rules for them. So, anyway, right. Okay, so Sarge is in there. Just dodged a belt gun and a last cannon. Right. Okay. Any more charges?
Yeah. I wanted 5 charges. I'm not sure I can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Charge him into
George is going to charge the Hellhound.
Right, cool.
Just so I can get the points.
For academic purposes. Yeah, easily. Alright, so to begin the fight phase, Sarge piled into these guys and attacked the las cannon team, and he got one wound, and I rolled a 6 for the save. Sorry.
We're still going to hit them once with the banner and then hit Perkins twice for the bagging.
Yep, so go for it.
It's a hit. It's a wound.
Okay.
No AP, but it does 2 damage.
Low up again. Nope. So he is a dead las cannon team. Nice smacking Perkins.
Perkins. 2 hits.
And
come on, point that.
joke.
Which one was it?
I think this is the one he re-rolled.
Okay.
So you got two
wounds.
wounds. 5 up invulnerable save then. Let's refract the field. Alright, saves 1. How much damage was that?
2 apiece.
2 apiece. Alright, so he's got 2 wounds left. Perkins stands firm. And these commandos wiped out that squad to a man very easily indeed. I was thinking about spending 3 command points on fire on my position until I realised that my tank and Perkins and everybody over here would be in range and would take the 3 more wounds on a 4+, so I figured, maybe let's not do that. I'd probably kill more of my own dudes than I would of the orcs. So, next up, Deathcopter, I assume?
Deathcopter.
Very
With his spinning blades, it's 2d3 attacks. For 2 attacks.
Right.
But they're hitting on 2s because freebooters have now powered up.
Excellent.
And they'll be wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
1 wound. Any minus on this?
I haven't got a clue.
I assume there must be. I mean, they're spinning rotor blades. Apparently no AP on those. That just seems wrong to me, but okay.
I'll add some spikes to them.
Yeah, add some spikes, sharpen them up a bit. Alright. Don't make the save though, so 1 of these Brave Guardsmen falls. Now moving over to the Hellhound, where the Killer Cannon is going to be starting up over here and hitting the Hellhound on 5s because it's a Gretchen unit and it doesn't benefit from freebooters. So no hits at all.
Warboss.
Warboss now.
4 attacks, hitting on 2s.
Much more like it.
He's currently strength.
Strength
12.
12, yeah, 12, yeah. Let me check what the toughness of of a Hellhound actually is. Okay, so it is actually toughness 7. The Hellhound. I thought it might be 6, but it's not. So 1 6-up save. Nope. And that's how many wounds?
Flat 3.
Flat 3.
And then George the Squiggle attack, hitting on 2s. And his strength 4, so it's going to be a 5.
Yep. Ah, there we go.
AP -1.
4 up. Passes that.
And then
George wasn't able to nibble through a fuel line there, unfortunately. Okay, the boys fighting now.
hitting on 2s.
Very nice.
Wounding on 5s.
Okay.
Just 2.
Just 2. Alright. 3 ups. 1 does go through, so 2 wounds left on this Hellhound. It is not in fact dead yet. Interesting. Okay, so these Guardsmen have now piled in and fought back against the Deathcopter. One of them somehow managed to bayonet it successfully and take a wound off it, so well done that man. And now we move over to this little fight here, where we've got Perkins and his lone veteran with the melter gun versus Sarge. So let's start with the melter gun veteran. Hits on a 4, doesn't hit. And then Perkins himself has got 4 attacks with his chainsword. And he gets 3 hits. And wins on 5s. Gets 1 wound. Takes a wound, but not dead. The fight continues. This epic duel. Right. And I already fought back with the Hellhound with its 1 attack it gets to this point, and unsurprisingly, it didn't hit. So that's the end of the fight phase for the Orcs. So the Orcs have started defending Objective 3. And they did successfully achieve Here We Go Wah with all 5 charges, so it's D3 victory points for 1. I think Gork and Mork have issues with you today, sir. Alright, Guard Turn 2 coming up next. Alright, so here are the objectives of the Imperial Guard in their turn 2 here, and I discarded secure objective 6 at the end of my last turn, but I've drawn it again, although it's numbered 16, so I think that might actually get replaced by one of the ones in the Guard book. Hold on. Alright, yeah, that is replaced by one of the Imperial Guard Codex objectives. It's Death from Afar, and basically a unit in my deployment zone has to kill a unit in the enemy deployment zone. So that could probably be achieved with Mortars and the Basilisk, I reckon, if I want that for 1 victory point. As for the others, Defend Objective 6, not even remotely happening. It's completely the other end of the table, guarded by some Gretchen. And Area Denial, well, that's a good laugh too. That's not happening either. So this is potentially the only point I can get this turn. Okay, folks, it's Imperial Guard, turn 2 movement phase, and the following has happened. Most of these guardsmen, except for that squad over here, have moved forward up the table. I'm hoping these Storm Boys will be dead by the end of my turn, in which case we can push on towards objectives further down the table, perhaps. So these guys aren't falling back, they're moving forward. Meanwhile, over on the right flank, however, these guys definitely are falling out of combat with the Death Copter. And likewise, Hero Melter and Perkins have fallen out of combat with Sarge. Yeah, hopefully I can kill Sarge with a melt gun. That's the plan anyway. Well, I don't know actually. I might try and kill Sarge with a shotgun and then save the melter for the Death Copter, but we'll get to that later. The Bullgryns and Bert have moved up this way. The plan there really is if the Death Copter's not dead, they'll try and charge it plus the War Boss. If it is dead, obviously they'll just try and charge the War Boss because I'd like to clobber him with my Bullgryns, because Bullgryns are good at clobbering things. And that's really it. I think all the tanks have stayed still. Every single one of them. And everybody up here has stayed still as well. So, benefiting from a few of those Cadian reroll ones. And, oh yeah, and the Hellhound has managed to shuffle sideways, out of combat. Its movement is reduced to 4 inches at its current damage bracket, so that was the only thing I could do to get it out of combat. And obviously it won't be shooting this turn, but it means that if anyone wants to charge it next turn, they're going to have to suffer the Overwatch. So, that is the movement. Psychic phase done. Let's go on to the shooting. Right, in the shooting phase, everything you see here, after a large number of dice rolls, which took quite a while, have killed 16 Storm Boys with all of these guns. The heavy bolter, plasma pistol from the captain there and everyone else. All of this stuff. Plus this squad up here they fired all their las guns at the Storm Boys, and I decided to put the Flamer on the War Boss over here because he's the only thing in range. I could have shot all the las guns at the War Boss as well, but I'm planning to get the Bullgryns into the War Boss later, so yeah, I don't want to accidentally kill him now. However, I will chuck the Flamer at him. So D6 auto hits for 1. Aha! Flamer tanks are all empty today. I rolled a 2 for the other Flamer earlier. So this will wound on a 5. No. Alright, so I thought maybe that was worth filming. Turns out it probably wasn't. Okay, these mortars now are going to be firing all the way over here at these Gretchen on objective 6 because they're in their deployment zone. My mortars are in my deployment zone, so if I can kill these Gretchen, I could get a point for Death from Afar. So 3d6 shots. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, slight amendment. After measuring it up, those mortars can't actually quite hit those Gretchen over there. They're like literally about an inch out. So never mind. I'm going to shoot these Gretchen over here instead because they are in their deployment zone and that works too. But not those guys. Okay, 13 shots. And Van Graff is going to use his second order out of 3 for this turn to order them to take aim. So re-rolling all the failed hits here. So hitting on 4s, re-rolling basically. Re-roll these guys here. And you. Okay, large number of hits there. That's good. Right, Gretchen are toughness 2, so these are actually wounding on 2s. Alright, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds. Minus nothing.
5 pluses.
Because they're in cover. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 dead Gretchen. Not even slightly all of them. Might need to fire the Basilisk at them, as ridiculous as that sounds. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm firing the Basilisk at the Gretchen. I want that victory point. Let's go. 2d6 picking the highest for shots. 4. I don't think that's enough to kill all of them. Hitting on 4s. Rerolling any 1s. Okay, all 4 hit though. Winning on 2s. Everything wounds. I don't think you get a save. That's -3. So 4 Gretchen are killed.
2 left.
2 left. Taunting me. Pulling faces at me. Okay. What can I kill them with? It's going to have to be like a tank gun or something really stupid like that, because I don't have any heavy bolts or anything that's in range. So, yeah, I'm going to have to waste like a tank turret weapon on them or something, which is... it's just killing me inside. Alright, fine. On the right flank here, this squad here were ordered to get back in the fight by Perkins, and they have done so. Ordering them, that means they can fall back and shoot, and they've shot at these commandos over here. Only 2 of them left alive now after the lasguns and the flamer. He's also now using his second order to order Hero Melter Guy here, who somehow still doesn't have a name, to get back in the fight as well. So he's going to be firing his melter gun at Sarge. So he'll hit on a 3. He does hit. He'll wound on a 2. Doesn't wound though. Sarge is just tanking melter and las cannon shots, all sorts today. Okay, interesting. Alright then. Yeah. Let's move on to some other stuff. You know what, actually? Bert's got frag bombs. So he'll chuck a frag bomb at... No, he can't chuck it at Sarge because the death copter's in the way. Damn it! Okay. Might have to charge Sarge later or something, but I can't because we all fell back, so... Alright, Sarge lives.
Bert can charge Sarge.
There's nothing I can do about it other than, yeah, maybe Bert charging him or something. That's a good point. Alright, well... Moving on then. So this leftmost tank here, he's fired everything at the Storm Boys. There's 4 left now. I still haven't quite killed them, so... Commander Hannibal is splitting fire like a champ right now. His battle cannon is firing at the Gretchen all the way over there to try and finish them off and get me that victory point. His las cannon is firing at that killer can. And his 2 twin heavy bolters are firing at the Storm Boys, so... Might as well film it, I suppose. Twin heavy bolters. These will hit on 3s, rerolling 1s. Okay, and wound on 3s. Oh dear. Yeah, we've been having some whiffs here. So that's 1 dead Storm Boy. Yeah, this entire command squad fired at them as well and completely whiffed as well, even with a plasma gun. So yeah, my rolls right now are basically like varying between 2 extremes. They are either stupidly disgustingly good or hilariously comically awful. So next up, las cannon at the killer can. It does hit. Assume it wins on a 4.
Yep.
So -3.
So 6s.
No, d6 damage. For 5.
Kills me. Do I explode?
Yes, apparently. Okay, the killer can is removed. It only deals out 1 mortal wound to nearby units when it explodes. To my great disappointment, because I was hoping that basically it would then destroy... I destroyed the statue, but anyway. Whoops. What was I saying? Yeah. I was hoping it would destroy the Hellhound, and then the Hellhound would then explode, and we'd have a chain reaction of explosions. But that didn't happen, because it only does 1 mortal wound, which makes me very sad. And now I need to fix this. Alright, now Hannibal's battle cannon against the Gretchen. He'll order himself to pound them to dust. So he can reroll one of these if he needs to. Yeah, reroll that 1. Into a 1 classic. Alright, so 6 shots. Hitting on 3s, you're rolling 1s. Reroll that 1. Okay, 2 hits. Still not going to kill these Gretchen. Okay. 2's to win. Okay, 2 dead Gretchen. That's
the lot.
That is the lot, finally. Okay, right. I expected to roll a 1 there, to be honest. Okay, Gretchen finally dead. 1 victory point for me! Alright, this Leman Russ now. The heavy bolter is going to try and finish off those 2 commandos over there. And the battle cannon is going to try and kill that death copter. So, starting with the heavy bolters. Hitting on 4s, rolling 1s. Okay, 2 hits. Winning on 3s, 2 wounds, and
5s.
5 up saves, yeah. Okay, perfect. Commando's dealt with.
No, still.
Really?
Yep. Knob has 2 wounds.
Oh, of course he does! No! Damn it, now I'm going to throw something else at him. Alright, Alright, now the battle cannon, firing at the Death Copter. So, grinding advance, so 2d6 shots, because I'm firing it twice. It's not technically 2d6 shots, you're technically firing it twice, but I roll them at the same time to save time, which I'm now wasting by saying this. Anyway, 7 shots. I hit on 4s, rerolling 1s. Brilliant. 4 hits. Strength 8, so wounded on 3s, I think. Okay, 3 wounds, -2.
6s.
Ooh, so 2d3 damage. 3. That was just what I needed. By Death Copter. Okay, on to the final tank. My final unit to shoot, in fact, actually. The Leman Russ Exterminator here. Its heavy bolter is going into this lone commando here. Try and kill this last commando knob here. So, forced to hit, rerolling 1s. Okay, 3 hits, good start. 3s to wound. 3 -1, so 5 ups, because cover and commando shenanigans. Oh, that was close. Are you command pointing this? Is that what you're thinking?
Thinking about it. Yeah, why not? Not really using it for anything else.
Oh, close, but no. Cigar. Or whatever. Do they have cigars in the 41st Millennium? I can't remember.
Low sticks, I think it is.
There you go, low sticks. Close, but no low stick. Alright, now 8 shots from the autocannon. The twin autocannon, again, firing twice because grinding advance at these tank blusters. So, 4s, rerolling 1s. 2 hits. And 2 wounds. -1. So, yeah, just 2 dead tank busters. Alright, that concludes my shooting phase. Yeah. I killed almost all the Storm Boys, but not quite. I did manage to kill those Gretchen, yay! And yeah, okay, yeah. It's a pretty average phase, really, as far as the guard are concerned, you know. I had lots of disgusting rolls and lots of very, very below average rolls, so it evens out in the end. Now we go into the charge phase, and Bert and the Bullgrins, good name for a band, that, actually, I reckon, are going to be charging. The Bullgrins are going to charge the War Boss, and Bert is going to charge Sarge, I think is the plan here. So we'll do Bert first. Do you have anything to Overwatch with?
Yeah. Custom shooter.
Custom shooter.
1 extra
right.
shot.
Okay, so 1 hit.
What toughness is he?
5, I believe, from
5,
Bullgrins.
Yeah,
Bullgrin body
wound.
ones. Yep. 2+ save on the slab shield. Yep. Alright, and does he make it in?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Bert versus Sarge. Get ready for the duel of the century. Alright, now these Bullgrins charging the War Boss, who also has a gun. Oh dear. Alright, never mind.
Notice.
And did they make it into the War Boss? Not with a 5, I don't think. Yeah, they're not quite in with a 5, so I'm going to spend a command point to reroll this 2. Probably into another 1 or 2. No, okay, that will get them into the War Boss. Right. So, on they go. Okay, so, Bert fighting Sarge. He has 4 attacks base, +1 for Avalanche of Muscle on the charge. Hit on 3s. He hits 4 times. And this is strength 7, so wounding on 3s. 2 wounds.
AP.
-1.
5s then.
No, this is 2 damage a pop.
Yep.
So
he's dead.
he is dead. Yeah. Okay, now we're moving over here to the War Boss and the Ogrins, who both sides probably really confused at this point because the Ogrins think they can see a really green Ogrin, and I think the War Boss is probably looking at these guys wondering why these orcs are pink. So the War Boss is interrupting for 2 command points, so he's going to strike the Ogrins first.
The Killer Claw. Hitting on 2s.
Nice, everything hits.
Strength 12, so wounding on 2s.
And re-rolling.
And because the claw, he gets to re-roll.
Yes. Lovely.
That is AP -3 and a flat 3 apiece.
Alright, so 5 ups then, basically. Okay, we save 1. And then it's flat 3 apiece. So basically you've killed 3 Ogrins, just like that. Bosh.
And then George will have a little nibble, hitting on 2s. And he's strength 4, so wounding on something. That's probably a wound, AP -1.
Okay, 3 up save.
Yep.
Saves it. Alright. So, the Bonehead will now pile in and step up, and he, again, he's got 5 attacks because of Avalanche of Muscle, I think. Let me check. Yeah, it is 5 attacks with Avalanche of Muscle. So, let's see if the Bonehead can kill this war boss and be a hero. Hitting on 3s. Okay, not a great start. And wounding on 3s. Okay, 2 wounds, -1.
5s.
Takes 4 damage, the war boss. I suspect he's not dead though. And with that, we come to the end of the Imperial Guard turn. And in the morale phase, the lone Bonehead is okay. He only lost 3 guys and he's got leadership 8, so he just for academic purposes. Yeah, he's fine. And unfortunately, the Storm Boys have all run away. Bob elected not to spend 2 command points to keep them there. So the Storm Boys have legged it. Unfortunately, basically doing no damage this game. That's really kind of tragic, to be honest. But them's the ropes. That 9-inch charge, even with Here We Go, apparently, can be quite tricky to try and get, as it turns out. So, all right. Let's go take a look at the Guard's objectives. And we got Death from Afar, which is what this is supposed to be right now. 1 point. And the rest of it, nah. Aerial Denial and Defend Objective 6. Not there. So I'm going to go ahead and discard Defend Objective 6, because of the 2 it is slightly more impossible. And now we'll go on to Orcs turn 3. Alrighty then. We're in the Orcs movement phase for turn 3. These shooter boys have emerged from behind their crates. Want to take some shots at these guardsmen over here, because these las cannons, what? No, las guns have been a little bit more deadly than either of us frankly expected in this game. They killed a lot of Storm Boys, those guys did, but yeah. It's Cadians, it's what they do. They're really good at shooting stuff in massed volleys at the end of the day. So, elsewhere, the Gretchen have moved over a little bit into this bunker to hide behind the walls and stuff, so virtually nothing can shoot at them now, because nobody can freaking see the little tiny guys. So, aside from my indirect fire weaponry, anyway. Elsewhere, the Weird Boy shuffled over a little bit. I believe he's got some psychic shenanigans planned. And these commandos, and have the Tech Busters moved as well?
They shuffle forward.
Yeah, so they've moved along as well. The commandos moving over this way to get in range of the War Boss's WAR ability so that they can advance and then charge. That's the general idea there. So, not an awful lot of greenskins left on the table at this point. So you're going to have to embrace their inner Morg, I think, and
We've got some cunning tricks.
yeah, cunning but also brutal tricks. So, okay, well, let's go into the Orc Psychic phase pretty much straight away then. So, the Weird Boy.
We'll start with Smite.
Very good. Smiting the Hellhound, yeah?
He'll be the closest.
Okay then. I guess not.
And I will command point that 1.
Okay, fair enough. Yes, that does go off. The Hellhound is just destroyed.
D3, yep.
Yeah. Does it explode on a 4+? Yes, it does. So, alright, so every unit within 6 inches suffers D3 mortal wounds from this explosion, and the units within 6 inches are this infantry squad up on the barricade here, the War Boss, and the Bulgrin. So, Bulgrin, he takes 1 wound, so he's got 2 remaining. Do you want to roll for the War Boss, or shall I? Okay, War Boss takes 3. Is he now dead?
Yep, and he's going to spend the final commands to make sure he fights the Bulgrin before he dies.
Okay.
Because a War Boss is never beaten.
Right.
He wants to go down in glory.
What's the stratagem called? It's Orcs is never
Orcs
beaten.
is never beaten.
Yeah.
So whilst the explosion's going on, he's hit them 4 times. He doesn't care. He just wants to fight and re-roll that because of the claw. There's 4 AP -3.
Brilliant. Okay. Dead. Bullgrin. There we go. Cool orcs don't look at explosions. Okay, it's exploded. These guys are gone. And also 3 guardsmen up here died, and 1 from this squad died as well. So plenty of casualties from that amazing explosion there. Now the second psychic power.
That jump.
All of this chain reaction was from 1 smite, so now we're to jumping.
The weird boy's feeling pretty good about himself now.
5,
That's a
6,
7.
that'll do it. So you're jumping the flash kits, right?
Yep. Away from objective 4.
Okay. Oh, God, that reminds me. We didn't even look at your objectives, did we? I completely forgot to record that. 1 minute. Yeah, the orc objectives for this turn: defend objective 2, defend objective 4, and stomp 'em, boys! Which I think you've... no, it's during the fight phase, and that wasn't during the fight phase, so...
That's inconvenient.
But yes, you score a victory point if you destroy an enemy unit in the fight phase, D3 if you kill 3 to 5, or D3 plus 3 if you kill 6. So you're certainly going to get some points from this, I imagine. I don't know how many just yet. And defend 2, very difficult to achieve because my guardsmen are standing on it still next to the statue. Defend 4, though, the Gretchen are well on their way to grabbing that. Over there. Okay, when I said over there, what I actually meant was over there. That's objective 4. Numbers. How do they work? We're moving straight into the shooting phase, and these guys here are shooting at Hero Melter Man because they want to kill a unit and then pop off the freebooters buff, particularly for these flash kits that have now arrived here via the jump. Sorry, I need my orc grammar correct, you know. So I have just because I popped for 1 command point take cover on this lone melter guy, so he's got +1 to his save. So
1 extra shot.
okie dokie.
3 hits.
Right, 3 hits from the shooters. 1 wound. 1 4-up save to save Hero Melter guy. Do it! No! Command point!
Command point.
Yes! He lives! Yes! The tank busters have fired all their rockets at this tank and completely whiffed, unfortunately. Didn't get very many hits, even after the reroll, and got no wounds whatsoever. Oh dear. And now, Hero Melter guy still lives, so no freebooters bonus, sadly. The commandos can't fire with their sluggers because they actually advanced in the movement phase, which leaves the flash kits. And basically what the flash kits are doing is all of them are firing at the tank, except for the captain with his targeting squig, who, because, as Bob pointed out, he's feeling vindictive, he's going to kill Hero Melter guy with the captain.
Let's start with that. So it would be 4s normally, but they moved, so it's 5s. Targeting squig brings it back to 4s.
Okay.
1 hit.
1 hit.
It's strength 6 though, so 2s. And I
Okay.
think it's minus something stupid.
I think it might be -2.
I've never used these before, so...
Yeah, it's -2. So 6-up save to save Hero Melter guy. No. He finally falls to a snaz gun. Alright, now the rest of them are shooting this tank. So, here we go. Hitting on 5s because you moved, right?
Yep.
Okay.
However, the 6s produce extra shots.
Daka, daka, daka. Nice.
I'll take that.
And now wounding on 5s.
And the Gretchen now has a 1 to reroll.
Oh, nice. Okay. Nothing from the Gretchen. And yeah, so wounding on 5s now. Toughness 8 on the tank.
4 wounds.
4 wounds, alright. -2, so 5-up saves. Make none of them. And
2
that's
damage
it.
apiece.
2 damage each, so 2, 4, 6, 8. It has 1 wound remaining. It's belching smoke and flames, and the crew is probably at this point thinking about getting out before it goes kaboom, but it is technically still running. Okay, these shoot boys then opened fire on these guardsmen here and killed a couple of them. Not a lot of hits because they advanced, so they're hitting on 6s. And now, we're going into the charge phase. And, right, or are we still shooting with these guys?
No, changed my mind. Targeting up there with charging.
Okay, these guys were going to charge Bert, but now they're going to charge up there. So, yeah, roll for your charge.
Something big.
That's pretty big. Right.
Please Overwatch that.
I better do that, yeah. And that's how things look after the charge. No casualties to Overwatch, mostly because the only one who could actually see them was the Voxcaster through the the little firing slit there. So that's going to happen soon. What next?
I suppose these guys are going to have to charge Bird.
Flash gets a charging bird. Oh, okay. Very well.
And the tank.
And the tank. All right, then.
Tank. Do it properly.
Roll your charge then, sir.
Orcs.
5. Yeah, here we go. All right. Yeah, that looks like that might do it. That's 10 inches. All right, Bert is too far away to throw one of his frag bombs, but this can certainly overwatch with plenty of Dakka. So we'll start with the heavy bolter. It gets 1 hit. And a wound on a 3. He does get 1 wound.
And we have 4 armor save normally, so 5s.
Saves it. And now the auto cannon, which is only 4 shots because grinding advance does not apply to Overwatch. So we get 1 hit, wounds, saved again. Nice one. All right, let's get these guys in. That's the charge phase concluded. I really wanted to heroically intervene with my Commissar, but there's just no way I can see him doing it that actually doesn't stretch the bounds of believability at this point. What, is he going to drop down there and shimmy along the side? No, don't be ridiculous. So, unfortunately, Commissar's staying out of that fight. And this is how the flash kits look now they've piled in to the tank and Bert. Perkins bravely choosing not to heroically intervene there because he's only got 2 wounds left. And even though he's got a chainsword, he doesn't seem the type. To be honest, I don't think. No, I don't. No, he's not going in there. So they can't find him back if I heroically intervene, admittedly, but I still think no. Let the bodyguard do what the bodyguard's supposed to do. So you're starting with these guys, aren't you? Because I do have enough command points to interrupt potentially. So,
and for the joy of weirdly piling in, it's going to pile in like that.
Very nice. So now you've got within an inch of the guardsmen here, which means that they're not shooting unless I order them to next turn. In which case, it stops me from giving them first rank fire, second rank fire, for instance. So it's probably still worth doing. So the way these attacks are being divided up is these 2 flash kits are going to attack the tank and hopefully take off that last wound, whereas the rest of them, plus the ammo run, are going to gang up on Bert. So we're doing the tank attacks first.
3s.
Not bad.
Strength 5, so looking for 5s.
And you do get 1. 3-up save. Well, this tank is toast. Tank is not toast.
Right.
Now the rest of them attacking Bird.
6.
Hitting on 3s again. Very good spread of hits. He's toughness 5, so
4s.
Okay. No AP, I assume?
No AP.
So 2 ups then. Boss is every single one. Well done, Bert.
And the ammo run. Hits on a 5.
Oh, I was about to say, you watch the ammo run, it wounded now. But no. Okay, so now I'm not going to interrupt with this guardsman squad up here, so I mean, maybe I should, but I'm just not going to bother. So
2 boys. 2 wounds.
Look, 2 5-up saves. 1 saved, 1 dead. So let's remove you.
And the knock. 3 wounds.
Any minus?
No.
5-up saves again. Another 2 guardsmen dead. Yeah. We'll use the Voxcaster and this random guardsman here, leaving the Flamer.
We'll pile in.
And the Sergeant alive still.
No, I'm allowing
Piling in like that. You are allowing the Commissar to hit you then.
I am indeed.
By consolidating like that, but that's fine. Okie dokie then. Well, I tell you what, let's start with these guys. So
that enables me to defend objective 2 if I stay alive.
We've got 3 attacks from the Sergeant, 1 from Flamer Guy. Hitting on 4s. So 1 hit. Wounding on 5s, no wounds. Fixing bayonets was not enough! Alright, so let's move over to the tank. He's got 1 attack in on 6. It hits! It wounds! No AP. Yeah, fine. Didn't quite manage to run that guy over. Now we'll move over to Bert. He has 4 attacks. Only 4 this time because no avalanche of muscle. He did not charge. Hits on 3s. It's 3 times. Wounds on 3s. Just wounds once. -1.
Damage.
2 damage pop. So okay, so Bert does kill one of the flash kits. Could have put the wounds on the ammo run, but Bob decided to go for the armor save instead on the flash kit. So the flash kit's now dead instead of the runt. But hey, so now let's move over here to Commissar Cromwell getting stuck into these orcs. Okay, the Lord Commissar has 3 attacks with his power sword, hitting on 2s. Hits 3 times. Now needs to wound on 5s. He wounds twice, -3, so he just kills 2 orc boys. What a badass. That does leave the knob alive still, though, causing problems. Okay, that concludes the fight phase now, does it not? Oh, right, yeah, we've still got these guys here. Okay, well, let's quickly do that. Well, that's the fight phase done, because these guys failed to do any wounds, and I'd rather not talk about it. Yeah, fight phase completed. Morale phase done as well. These guys lost some casualties, but even on a 6, they're still staying, thanks to the sergeant. And up here, these guardsmen are staying strong because they've got the regimental banner and the commissar boosting them to leadership 10. I think that's how it works, because the banner will boost the commissar to leadership 10, and then they use the commissar's leadership, so that means they're leadership 10. So basically, they ain't running away. So now, let's have a look at the orc objectives. Alright, bad news for the orcs really. They didn't manage to get Stump 'em Boys because they killed some stuff in the fight phase, but they didn't kill a unit. They didn't kill an entire unit. We were really hoping to be able to kill that tank. It just didn't happen. So that does not go off. And neither did they get Defend Objective 4 or Defend Objective 2. You just said you were discarding one of them. Which one was it?
Defend Objective 2.
That's going away. So, yeah, no points for the orcs this turn, unfortunately. So, over to Imperial Guard. Turn 3. Okay, so here are the guard objectives for turn 3. They're fascinating, frankly. We've got area denial still. I can't achieve that unless I kill the Gretchen in the middle and the weird boy, I think. Only then can I actually get area denial. We've got advance as well, which I score a victory point if no units from my army within my deployment zone. That's a good laugh. That's never happening. I have no plans whatsoever to move these mortars or basilisk. And priority orders received. Which this is the one where only the warlord can achieve the objective, but you get bonus victory points if you do it. And I got secure objective 2. Now this is fascinating, and I shall explain why. So as you can see here, there is a bit of a fight going on with this orc knob over here, who is on objective 2 right now. Now, because of the way priority orders received works, my warlord has to be the guy that secures the objective at the end of the turn, which basically means that I need to move everyone out of combat with this knob, have everyone stand back, get 3 inches away from the objective, and clear a path so that Van Graff himself can step up and duel the orc knob alone with his power fist, and then if he kills the knob and secures objective 2, we get a bucket of victory points. But it's just a little bit bizarre and daft, and I kind of love it. So yeah, basically, I don't know, Van Graff is just like, leave him, this one is mine, and then everyone just sort of stands back, and he's going to duel the orc knob by himself, basically, is the idea, is the plan. This is so dumb, but I'm going to do it anyway because I think it's hilarious. You there, Greenskin, bring your pretty face to my power fist and my very inconsistent accent. Yeah, this is what's happening. Now, I could just shoot the knob. With other weapons like the plasma gun there. However, that would be really anticlimactic and boring, so we're not going to shoot the knob, although Van Graff will shoot at him with his bolt pistol in the shooting phase. The knob's got 2 wounds, so maybe I can plink off 1 wound and then try and finish him with the power fist. So that's the idea there. I might spectacularly fail, but then again, I don't know, I don't care. It's fun. Let's do it anyway. As for the rest of my movement, the squads here, along with the captain and the orcs, are being holy light of Gork and Mork shines upon the shooter boys here. But I need to close that curtain. But all these squads have moved forward. Basically, they're going to be opening fire on the shooter boys, and elsewhere the squad over there, along with Bert, have remained in combat with the flash kits. Because why the heck not? This is going to be one of those few occasions where I get to use the what's it called? Fixed bayonets order. That's the one, which allows you to fight in the shooting phase with a unit that's locked in combat. So that's fun. Just keep those flash kits not locked. I almost said knocked up there, and I was like, what? No, that's a completely different thing. Let's keep them locked up there. The exterminator has fallen back a few inches, and that's the whole story really. Everyone else stayed still, apart from obviously these guys hopping down here to get out of the way. So yeah, we're going to hop into the shooting phase now, and I'm going to begin with all of these guys shooting at the shooter boys. And there are 3 boys remaining after everybody here fired with everything. So to kill them all. Might be a small bayonet charge coming up in the charge phase to try and finish them. Let's see. Anyway, moving swiftly along over to there, I think, where this battle tank here is going to fire absolutely everything at those commandos. And it killed 5 commandos with its battle cannon heavy bolter. Now I'm going to throw the basilisk at the commandos as well, I think. So the Earthshaker cannon, 2d6 picking highest for shots for 5. Hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. Reroll those 1s. 3 hits. And these are wound on 2s. 2 dead commandos, basically. No save. 2 dead commandos. And now I'm in a bit of a quandary because these 2 tanks can't shoot at any of those guys over there because they can't see them. So I guess there's 3 commandos remaining. I suppose I'm going to throw my mortar team at them. Yeah, I guess I am. Right. 3d6 for number of shots. That's a lot too. 12 shots. Hitting on 4s, rolling 1s. Tell you what I should do is order Van Graaf to... Actually, he can't, because he's moved over there to engage the knob. He's not actually close enough, I don't think, to order the mortar team. So never mind, no orders. Would have ordered them to take aim. So now they can only reroll 1s, and I didn't roll any 1s, so... Oh well. They're wounding on 4s. And we got 1, 2, 3 wounds. That's all I need. That's all I needed. Last mortar shell lands and kills the final 3 berserkers. I wish. No, doesn't kill the final 3 because one of them's a knob and he has 2 wounds, and I always forget that. So okay, he still lives. That's all right, I guess. And now the tank over there can't shoot because it fell back. And that leaves us basically with these 2 tanks, and I'm basically just going to have to look at what they can shoot from where they are. Okay, these 2 tanks between them have successfully killed 2 Gretchen and finished off the rest of that boy's squad over there. Yeah, the Gretchen thing was... Yeah, need to take a look at the sighting mechanisms on those tanks, lads, because that was embarrassing. Now we're moving over here, and... Perkins is ordering the squad to fix bayonets, so they get to pile in and fight in the shooting phase. So they've got 11 attacks, including the Sergeant's Chainsword. And they will hit on 4s. And then they'll wound on 5s. So we get 2 wounds on flash kits. 2 4-up saves.
Takes a wound.
Okay, we get a wound off one of them, yay! And that is now truly the end of my shooting phase. So now we go into the charge phase, where there is only 1 charge, and it's this one here. So you are overwatching me with a tank buster bomb, yeah.
So D3 shots for 3.
Oh god.
1 extra shot because of the Daka. Just 1 hit.
Just 1 hit. Okay. Oh, just 1, he says.
Wounding on 2s. It's a wound.
Okay.
AP minus 2. It's
well,
refractive field
either way, it's 5 at refractive field time. Okay, how much damage does it do?
D6, I think.
Okay. This might get command pointed if it fails. Just saying.
Yeah, D6.
Oh god, alright. 5 up refractor field. Van Graff. For the Emperor! No. Command point. I said, for the Emperor! No. D6 damage.
For Mork!
1.
Mork is not happy today.
Okay. That was a genuine heartfelt sigh of relief. Okay, so he has 3 wounds left. And, yeah, unsurprisingly, he makes it in to fight the knob. Oh boy! Alright. And where's the 3? There you are. Okay, so fight phase. I'll start with charging units. And that means Van Graff, which means 3 attacks with his Power Fist. He hits on 4s. He hits once. That's all he needs. Strength 6. So wound on a 3. It does wound. AP minus 3. No save. D3 damage. 2. The knob is dead at the hands of the Colonel. Well done, Van Graff. You boss. Just ate a tank buster bomb on the way in there and punched him to death anyway. Class. Right. So that's now charging units fought. So I now select a unit that hasn't charged, which will be Bird. Okay, here we go. 4 attacks from Bird, hitting on 3s. Oh, dude! Dude! Come on! Command point. Yeah, okay, 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, AP minus 1, I think.
First one will go on him, obviously. No?
No.
And the second one will go on him.
On the ammo runt. Okay, so I've killed 1 ammo runt and a flash git. And now it is the flash git's turn to fight. Okay, so what's happening now is these flash gits are piled in, and those ones are piled in, and basically these 2 are going to put their attacks into this tank, try and find the kill it.
All hitting.
All hitting so far. And
1 wound.
1 wound. 3 up save. No, the tank finally dies. Does it explode? No. Goodbye, Lehman Russ. You finally got it. Well done.
Victory is mine.
And now the one's into Bird. Okay. And okay, I have faith in his mighty slab shield. Yes, he saves them both. And the guardsmen piled in and attacked as well, and they took 1 wound off one of the flash gits. And that is the end of the fight phase, and pretty much the end of my turn as well. I don't believe there's any morale to do. Flash gits have morale. They've lost a couple of guys this turn, although I'm sure the ammo run doesn't count for
The
morale.
ammo run doesn't count, and
No.
they'd be fine with yours.
Good. And
He's dead for morale.
oh, he runs away from morale. The final knob from the commandos.
He melts away into the shadows.
Yes.
Off to loot something else.
And that's it. So let's go take a look at the objectives.
Gretchen, morale. They
Oh,
lost
Gretchen. Yeah, that's right. You're all correct.
2. They lose another 3.
Alright, so another 3 Gretchen. Run away. Bye! Alright, so objectives. Let's have a look at. Actually, let's have a look at yours first, because you finally scored Stomp 'em Boys in my turn. So you get a point for that. And as for my objectives, not achieved. Not achieved. Did get this though. Priority orders received. Van Graff did indeed secure objective 2 by himself, so he gets 1 point for that, and 3 points for priority orders received. 4 points to me, which means I'm now on 9 on the counter there. There we go. I've got 9 victory points, and that's 9 to the Imperial Guard, 5 to the Orcs as we go into Orcs. Turn 4. Here are the Orcs' objectives for turn 4. Defend objective 4. Nah, probably not going to get that. Hold the line though. Doable. And no prisoners. Here. Score 1 victory point if an enemy unit was destroyed during your turn. Or if between 3 and 5 were destroyed and so on and so forth, you get more points. No prisoners. Also pretty damn doable. So it's not over yet. Alright, well. We're in the Orcs' movement phase. And having said they probably can't get defend objective 4, they've got a cunning plan, so they actually probably might be able to get objective 4. Anyway, what's happened is the tank busters have moved up. The weird boy has moved himself in such a position as he is equidistant from these guys, Van Graff, and these guys, which means he can smite whichever one he so chooses, and surprise, surprise, it's probably going to be Van Graff. Meanwhile, these Gretchen have hopped up on here so that they're in visual with the weird boy, because the weird boy is going to jump them over onto objective 4. So,
start with the jump.
Yeah. Yeah, you get that. So they're going to disappear over to objective 4 with the jump. And then... you're not smiting, are you? You're
No.
Ed Banger is what you're doing.
Ed Banger.
Ed Banger.
Far more entertaining.
So basically the way Ed Banger works is if you manifest it successfully, you roll a d6 and you have to beat my toughness, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And Van Graff's toughness is only 3 because he's a squishy human. So, and if you beat my toughness, I'm straight up dead, just slain completely.
Just slain.
So basically, you need to roll 4+ if you manifest this successfully. So,
You need an 8 to manifest it.
a 7.
Yeah, come on, what's left?
No command points left. Okay, I'm breathing a sigh of relief now because I didn't want Van Graff to get Ed Banged because that's kind of scary. So
I'll have to think of a different cunning plan.
right. Speaking of which, let's go into the shooting phase. Orky shooting phase. The pistol was fired from the captain, was it?
Yep.
And didn't manage to kill a guardsman, unfortunately, failed to wound. So now it's the tank busters firing all their rockets at this tank over here. So finally, perhaps, they can live up to their name in this game. So re-rolling everything, because they're shooting a vehicle. 2 hits. Dude, these tank busters.
1 wound!
1 wound. AP minus
2.
2, so 5 up save. Sorry, hashtag sorry, not sorry. In the charge phase, the tank busters have charged in against Bert and this infantry squad, and now they're attacking. Basically, we've parted the flash kits ahead of time as well. So, all right, tank busters versus Bert. How are you splitting the attacks, if at all?
Tank busters and the knob against Bert.
Brilliant, everyone on Bert.
Yep.
Okay.
Here comes tank busters. We can't kill a tank. Maybe we can kill a tanky human. 5s. Hey, 4.
Kill a tank in the MMO sense.
Hmm.
Okay, so no AP, I assume.
No AP.
Yeah. 2 up slab shields. He
One.
fails 1, so he finally takes a wound.
And the knob fights. And the knob fails.
Okay. So, now it's your flash kids.
Yeah. 3, 6, 9, 12. Against Bert. All against Bert.
Lovely.
Just because Bert. 4s. 5.
Okay. Slab shield saves. He takes another 2. Okay, so he's 3 wounds down. I believe he's got 2 left. He's not dead though. So, Bert will now fight back with his 4 attacks against the tank busters, I suppose. And he hits 3 times. And he will wound on 3s. He gets 1 wound, -1. Dead tank buster. Alright, and then the guardsmen. The guardsmen bravely piled in with their bayonets and failed to kill anything, as usual. So, thus ends Orc's turn 4.
Scoring that.
And you've scored Hold the Line, which brings you up to 6 victory points now.
Yep.
And you're already well on the way to getting objective 4. And was there no prisoners?
No, because Van Graff stayed alive.
Ah, right, okay. So he defied you there. All right then. So over to Imperial Guard turn 4. Alright, here's the Guard's objectives. Still got area of denial. Should be able to score that at the end of my turn though, because now the Gretchen have buggered off to objective 4 via the jump. There are no orcs within 6 inches of the centre of the battlefield, so that's basically a point there I'm getting. Defend objective 4 is not going to happen. That's all the way at the other end of the table, and the Gretchen is out on that right now. And secure objective 1 I can run some infantry over to that to grab that, so looks like I'll be probably getting 2 points this turn. Okay, folks, first things first. Death Mask of Lanius on Bert. I did give it to him. Once per game at the start of your turn, you can heal D3 wounds. We're going to do that right now. He heals 2, so he's back up to 4 wounds. And now to the movement. And that's the movement phase complete. As you can see, lots of moving. These tanks have moved and advanced up here, so no shooting from them this turn. And these infantry squads have split up. The command squad and Captain Altair and this infantry squad moved up this way, forming a bit of an execution squad to shoot the weird boy with. Over here, these 2 infantry squads have moved up here to grab objective 1. Elsewhere, Van Graff has retreated back to the safety of his command squad, and the medic, I believe it's on a 4+, he can heal D3 wounds back on Van Graff, so no. Actually, I'm going to check that. Yeah, I did get that bit wrong. It's actually just 1 wound that gets recovered, not D3, but it doesn't matter because it still only goes off on a 4+ and I rolled a 3. So, anyway, the medic will have to try again next turn. So, yes, over here, this infantry squad has finally fallen back out of combat because they just were not doing any good in there whatsoever. And everything else has stayed still. This tank has stayed still. Basilisk, mortar teams, they are remaining stationary in order to benefit from Cadian doctrine. And I didn't move those guys down there either because I couldn't figure out what to do with them, to be honest with you. So, right, okay, that's the movement phase done. I don't have any psychic, so on to the shooting. And well, I guess we'll start over here. So, let me measure to see if the melter gun is actually in range. No, the melter gun's just out of range, and so therefore is the plasma pistol on the captain here. So that means I'm basically just going to pelt you with a load of lasgun fire on this weird boy. Well, all these guys fired, the ones that could, at the weird boy, and rather frustratingly, he's still alive on 1 wound left. Nothing else I've got can shoot him because of the character rules. So the weird boy lives this turn. And yeah, like the tanks can't fire because they advanced, and these guys are both out of range and also too close to these Gretchen over here, hiding in this building. So, what I then did was I fired these mortars over at these Gretchen over here on objective 4. There's now 2 left. If I kill those last 2 Gretchen, I stop him from capping objective 4. So once again, in an act of slightly preposterous overkill, the Basilisk is now going to fire at 2 Gretchen, not needing line of sight. 2d6 pick the highest for shots, so 4. And hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. 2 hits, winning on 2s. -3, 2 dead Gretchen. Objective 4 denied. I landed an Earthshaker shell on 2 Gretchen. I feel terrible now. But anyway, this now leaves me with 1 tank that has nothing to shoot, really. Because I didn't fall back Bert out of that combat there. So the tank is just not going to be shooting anything this turn. Because it has no targets at all that are viable. Because all the orcs over there are in combat and the weird boy is not close enough. So, okay then, I guess it's on to the fight phase. Where Bert will once again try and kill some flash kits, I guess, over here. So, alright then Bert, how about him? Hit him on 3s. He hits with everything this time. And wounding on 3s. He wounds once. -1. Kill the flash kit. Woo! Alright. And now it's time for the flash kits to, and the tank busters to fight back. Okay, here we go. The flash kits are attacking first. Okay. 4 hits. And 3 wounds. Your strength 5, right? Your flash kits, aren't they? Yeah, because they're like knobs. Alright, 3 2-up saves. Yep. Slab shield eats them all. Now the tank busters.
Boys.
Okay, and 1 wound. Slab shield save. Slave.
Knob.
Oh god. Dice going everywhere. It's exciting.
1 wound.
1 wound. Slab shield. Saves. This epic combat continues as Bert versus the world still has no signs of ending, apparently. Okay then. Right, that's now the end of my turn. I don't think there's any morale, because the Flash kids lost 1, but they'll be fine. And, yeah, so let's have a look at the objectives I scored. Alright, I secured objective 1, and I got area denial, as predicted pretty much, so another 2 points, bringing me up to 11 points to the Orcs 6?
6, yeah.
Yeah.
I have another cunning plan.
You've got another cunning plan, alright, well let's see it then in Orcs, turn 5. Right, here are the objectives for Orcs on turn 5. Secure objective 1. That's going to be a contest between the Gretchen and the Guardsman. Defend objective 4. Possibly doable with some psychic shenanigans, but got other things on the table. And no prisoners score 1 victory point if your enemy unit was destroyed during your turn. I mean, yeah, possibly doable. Again, possibly with psychic shenanigans. So, let's go look at their movement phase. Okay folks, it's Orcs turn 5 movement phase, and this is what's happened. Sneaky shenanigans, basically. These Gretchen have moved out of these ruins over here to go try and grab objective 1 with a successful charge. Because if they do get onto there with a charge, they'll be outnumbering the Guardsmen quite handily, so they'll get objective 1. Meanwhile over here, the Weird Boy has moved in this direction because the Weird Boy has plans. Does he not?
Cunning plans.
Cunning plans. That combat is continuing for now, but maybe not for much longer. So, psychic phase basically now. What's going on?
Going to start with Dad Jump, and we're going to put it on the Flash Kits.
Okay. That does go off. Beautiful.
That's a shame, I thought that's mine.
So the Flash Kits are now relocating over here to this gap in my lines that's opened up. And while we're getting these guys into position, by the way, yes, Internet, we know we forgot gun crazy show-offs. We know. Let's just assume that it never happened. Like, a 6 was never rolled and move along. But yes, we did forget about that, and we know. We'll try not to forget about it going forward. So, they've moved down over there now, and
we're now going to smite.
We're now going to smite.
For simplicity.
So just smiting Bert, basically. Yep. D3 wounds. 1. Bert lives! Okay. Alright, so to kick off the shooting phase, these Gretchen open fire on this squad of guardsmen over here, killing 3 of them, making their charge an inch longer in the process, but still killed some. Now moving over here to the Flash Kits, we're going to be shooting my mortar teams.
Yeah. Captain gets +1 to hit because of the squig, so he'll shoot first.
3 hits.
Might not be. They count as moving,
right,
so they
yeah.
go up to 5s and then back down to 4s because that's it's only 2 hits. However, Daka produces 3 hits.
Nice.
And then the others with an extra Daka. So
6 hits in total.
now strength 6 at 2s.
Very good. That's save minus
80
2.
minus 2 and 2 damage a pop.
So we don't get a save, and basically you've killed all 3 mortar teams. Bye bye.
So, do they get to fire him again? Wonderful internet land.
Haha, they do! There we go. Alright, gun crazy shots. What are you shooting now?
Well, that.
Basilisk. Alright.
It has to be the closest. And now, because they killed a unit, they get +1 to their hitting. So, Captain's now hitting on 3s. One with an extra shot. Nope. And the others now hitting on 4s with 2 extra shots.
2 Daka-Dakas, nice.
I'll take that. What toughness is a basilisk? Is it 6 or 7?
Ooh, you know what? I think it might just be 6. Hold on. Yeah, basilisks are toughness 6, so force to wound. Oh boy. Okay. Alright, so basically, this many 5-ups. I make a surprising number of them. Well, it's 3. Oh, it's 3-up save normally.
Okay.
So
yeah, 5.
So I make 4 saves, preposterously, and I take 4 damage. Yeah. And into the charge phase we go, folks. So the Gretchen Starting first, charging into this squad here, so I'll overwatch with the heavy bolter. We get no hits, and the lasgun. And actually, a heavy weapons team does have a lasgun as well. I don't usually... there we go, there's a hit. I don't usually use it, because in the shooting phase I feel like the second guy should be spotting instead of firing his lasgun. But in Overwatch I can imagine him picking it up and actually using it. So that is a one wound. And that is dead Gretchen. Can they make the 9-inch charge, is the question.
There we go.
There we go, they probably can.
Yep.
So in they go. And regardless of what happens now, you've got objective 1. Now the weird boy's charging Bert. No Overwatch. And with a 9, I think he's definitely in. He's so in that he fell over on the way.
Squid getting excited.
And then it's the flash kits charging the Basilisk. So, needing a 9 again. Here we go. Yeah, there it is. It's a 12. So, I'll Overwatch you. With the Earthshaker, 2d6 pick the highest for shots. That's 5. 6 is to hit. Nothing. And the Heavy Flamer is too far away. So, in go the flash kits on the Basilisk. This is very sneaky. I approve. Okay, so now into the fight phase. Where do we want to start?
Here. Okay. It's going down.
It's going down. So,
3 attacks from the weird boy.
righto. 1 hit.
Wounding on a 3.
No, but it still stands.
We'll go over here next.
Okie doke. Hitting on 3s. And then this will be wounded on 5s, yeah. 2 wounds. 2 threat saves. No, fell on both. Take another 2 wounds. Down to
5.
5, yeah. Ouch. And then the Gretchen, indeed.
How many?
The Gretchen killed the one remaining lasgun guardsman, and now we moved over to this fight over here, and the tank busters have attacked Bert. They managed to get 3 successful wounds through. So Bert has now 3 2-up saves. He has 3 wounds left. He takes another wound, so he's down to 2, but he still lives. And ahead of time, we already fought back with this. Nothing happened. The guardsman didn't kill any Gretchen.
We killed 1.
Actually, you did kill 1. Yeah, that's right. And now Bert. Bert is going to smack that weird boy. Yes, he is. 4 attacks. 3s to hit. 2 hits. 3s to wound. 1 wound. AP -1.
Dead then.
Weird boy is dead. Bert takes him down with that mallet-like hammer of his. And the battle continues. Okay, the Basilisk fought back and unsurprisingly didn't do anything. And then we moved into the morale phase. And the Gretchen passed their morale test. These guardsmen over here, they lost 4. Plus 6 is 10. Yeah, the last heavy weapons team runs away. And that brings us to the end of the turn. So, you have scored objectives, have you not, sir?
Yes. Objective 1, and I killed something.
Secure objective 1, and you killed something for no prisoners as well. So 2 objectives in the bag for the orcs.
And I'm going to discard defend objective 4 because that ain't happening anymore.
Okay. Which brings us up to...
I've got 8 victory points.
Yeah. 11 to the guard, 8 for the orcs. And now we go into guard, turn 5. Okay, here are the guards' objectives after discarding. I can't remember what it was now. I think it was defend objective 4 at the end of my last turn. I got no prisoners. Yeah, so that's quite easily doable. Defend objective 2, very easily doable as well. And assassinate to kill a character, not actually possible because there aren't any orc characters left on the table. I killed one last turn. Bad timing there, High Command. So yeah, those are our objectives. Let's go to the movement. It's the end of the movement phase for the Imperial Guard on turn 5, and this is what it looks like. These guys have stayed still. We're going to execute these Gretchen by firing squad, hopefully.
This squad's moved up this way a bit, but also daisy chained back so the Voxcaster is near the captain here, because the captain needs to issue an order to these guys. And they've got a Voxcaster as well. And the captain doesn't have a Voxcaster in his command squad, somewhat foolishly. So yeah, he's going to be ordering them to first rank fire, second rank fire in the shooting phase. And possibly those guys too, I don't know, we'll see. Meanwhile up here, Van Graff and his command squad have secured objective 2. Very good. And these 2 guardsmen and the commissar have hopped up on this crate here to put some shots into those flash gears. Speaking of which, Basilisk has fallen back away from them, and this tank, as you can see by the positioning of the turret, is probably going to be shooting them. Bert remains, as always, in this melee that has lasted several turns now. And that's it for my movement, basically. The tanks have stayed still here because they don't need to go anywhere right now. They've got stuff to shoot at. So yeah, let's hop out straight into the shooting phase. Once again, no psychic, so let's see if these guardsmen with first rank fire, second rank fire from Captain Altair here can kill these Gretchen. And with first rank fire, second rank fire, that was a massacre. The Gretchen were absolutely annihilated. So still, they did their job. They got an objective and got victory points for it, so hey. Now then, let's move on to trying to deal with these flash gears, shall we? So I'm going to start with that tank up there, that Lehman Russ. So, 2d6 shots for the battle cannon, because it's firing twice, so 5. Hitting on 4s, rerolling any 1s. Very good hit roll. Wounding on... toughness 4?
Toughness 4.
Yeah, 2s then, so... 4 at -2. So 4 6-ups, I think.
Barrier 5.
Oh yeah, they've got a barricade there, so 5-ups.
2 save.
Okay, and D3.
Hey.
Not dead.
Just 1 dead.
Yeah, just 1 dead flash kit from the battle cannon. Good grief. And the heavy bolter. Come here, dice. 1 hit. 1 wound.
4+.
Save. Oh, it's going to be like that, huh? Alright, this tank then, is going to turn his turret around and join in, basically. So, once again, 2d6 for the battle cannon.
See, you have a cunning plan.
Yeah, it's not that cunning though, to be honest. 5, 6, 7, there we go, okay. 4s rolling 1s, yeah, rolling pretty hot this time apparently. Yeah, very hot indeed. And wounding on 2s. Okay, 4 this time. 5-ups.
No.
Oh, right, yeah, because I'm
6
shooting from the
successes.
other side of the barricade, yeah.
Yeah, all gone through. That will be them dead.
Okay, doke. Dead flash kits. Bye bye. Finally eradicated them. My goodness. Okay. That concludes everything I'm basically allowed to shoot at, I think, except for this tank can shoot those Gretchen over there. So, Hannibal. 2d6 shots. Okay, that's 8. That's quite a lot. And then 3s you're rolling 1 because you're the tank commander. And that is another fairly disgusting roll. Yeah, pretty horrifying actually. Revolting, I'd say. And on 2s. Okay, that was a hit. Yeah, wound even 1, 2, just 3. That was oh no, it's 2s.
Yeah.
4. There we go. No, sorry, 5. Sorry, I'm viewing it through the camera and I can't read dice through the camera very well. I apologise. Anyway, I'm bad at this whole bat rep thing. I'm still amazed people even tune in to watch. Heavy bolters now. 3 rolling 1s. The man can hit. I'll give him that much. Like wow. Wounding on 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6s.
Saved once. Another 4 of them dead.
Can he kill the last one with the las cannon?
Can he do it? Is he that much of a dead-eye shot? He hits. Wounds on a 2. He does wound. He got it with the last cannon bolt. Nice. Okay. Gretchen destroyed. Nothing left to shoot at, so we'll go straight into the fight phase where Bert, once again, is fighting the tank busters for the umpteenth time. So, 4 attacks from dear old Bert. That's not 4 dice. That's 4 dice. Hitting on 3s. He hits with everything this time. Winning on 3s. He gets 2 wounds. -1, so just 2 dead tank busters. They're still going! They're still going! The fight is continuing, so...
Tank Busters fighting back. Boys. 1.
Okay. 2 up.
And
Yes.
knob. 1.
2 up. No, he takes a wound. He's on 1 left. But he's still alive. But cannot be killed, ladies and gentlemen. Right, well, it's the end of turn 5, round 5. I believe it's the player who went first rolls. So, on a 1 or a 2, the game ends. It does. It was kind of over anyway, really. I mean,
Bert lives.
but lives. So do those tank busters. So there we go, folks. Give me a minute to collect my thoughts. Well, folks, that was a highly amusing game. A lot of amusing things happened in it, and yeah, as ever, I'm very proud of Bert. Ogren Bodyguard with the Death Mask of Lanius comes in about 57 points, worth every single one. He's so good. He reminds me of Red Tooth's Morlocks, really. Just like, doesn't actually do much damage, but just sits there being annoying and not dying. Good old Bert. I think that's the first time I've actually managed to use the healing power of the relic as well. Because normally he either just straight up dies before I can use it, or he never needs to. So, and yeah, so there you go. The 404th are back in action after taking a bit of a hiatus after getting Morgan's Reach, and they're doing alright for themselves, apparently. This battle went a lot better for them than I thought it would, to be honest with you. I looked at the 2 armies and I thought, I don't know. I feel like the deployment hurt you a lot on this one. Me being able to deploy that far back, and you just got such bad luck in this game as well. Like the poor Storm Boys failing everything.
Turn 2 utterly failed for me. Dice did not want to do it.
Yeah, it was kind of just not good, but nevertheless, you know, the Orcs put up a good fight, and ultimately the Orcs won because the Orcs got to fight, right?
Yeah,
That's how this works. And yeah, it's a fantastic Orc army as well, and it's always a pleasure having you down to bring the Orcs. And yeah, people have been screaming for these guys to be back on as well, so hopefully you enjoyed this one, folks. Wasn't a particularly close result in the end, but sometimes games are just like that, especially when the dice hate one player in particular for some reason. It is a dice game at the end of the day. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, allow me to just do a couple of shout-outs at the end here. The battle mats from urbanmats.com. The bunkers you see here, these are all from 2009 Bragg Miniatures, along with those hills as well, actually. The little trench bits are from Red Dragon Wargaming, if I recall, along with those rocks. And the crates and barricades and stuff there, just from GW. So, that's all the terrain shout-outs out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this. We certainly did. And we'll catch you next time. Toodaloo!